Hey, what's up everyone? So today I want to take a look at the screenshot that Rare posted when they announced the delay of Season 7. Now I've already talked about my thoughts on the delay, so I'm not going to go over it again, but what they posted with the delay was basically the launch screen that you'll see when starting up Sea of Thieves when Season 7 releases. So we've had this every season. It will be like the Season 6 or Season 5, whatever, has the season's name, and then it has like little Easter eggs of what's part of that season in the background. So there's a lot that we can pick out from this, and I want to take a look at all of it. The first thing I mainly noticed was this trident with the gold hoarder's like skull attached to it. Now this is from the recent adventure, the Forsaken Hunter adventure. Now you have to remember that the Forsaken Hunter adventure was meant to be the first adventure of Season 7. This was before the first delay. You'll also notice here on the door handle that we have the assassin's mask right here. I believe that's the assassin's mask and not the masked stranger, as those are two different people. So it could be either one of theirs. I think it's supposed to be the assassin. So these two are from the adventure. That's what the Easter egg for that is. What I find interesting though is down here. So let me move my camera here and you can see we have these supply barrels are right here. And I believe over on this side, we have a relic cache right here. So these are interesting to me because it's from the Lost Sands adventure. If you remember, this right here is for the Reaper's adventure. And then back over here, we have the supplies that you gave to Merrick to help Golden Sands out. I'm kind of curious why this was part of this adventure. So the reason I wanted to talk about this and what I found interesting about it is that I don't think Lost Sands was ever planned to be part of Season 7. What I could think of maybe happening is maybe it was cut very early on. And they might have had Shrouded Islands, which was the first adventure that we had in Sea of Thieves. Maybe that was meant to be at the beginning of Season 6 rather than the end of Season 5. If it was at the beginning of Season 6, that would have pushed Lost Sands to be at the beginning of Season 7. So that might be why. I just found that interesting. It could also be that this is going to come up in a future adventure. Maybe the adventure that we have for August or September could be dealing with more the relic caches and the supplies and stuff. Who knows, but that's something to keep in mind for later. So over here we have the Sovereign's Tower, and this one, there's not much to pick off from it that we haven't already known about it. Basically, it's everything we saw in the trailer, but it's got a nice view of the pulley system that's going to be there. It's going to be able to get your loot on a lot easier. And something interesting that I noticed is with this tower up here, you're probably going to be able to get up there, and that's going to be really nice for tucking, to be honest. You could just like kind of tuck up there, keep an eye out for people to bring like loot to the island, and then if you really wanted to, just like have a sniper up there, have some gunpowder kegs cleverly put around the island and just wait for someone to bring you some treasure. I might have to try that when the new season comes out. But, I mean, that tower is probably going to be pretty useful. Probably even more useful than the Sovereign actually end up being. Alright, so moving on to this bottom corner. We have a few things in this area, and I'll go ahead and move my camera over here. And you can see we got this little booklet here. I have the feeling this is going to be the Captain's Log that we talked about. That was teased in the Season 7 trailer. And that's pretty cool. It looks like this has the Megalodon design, like I think it's the Shark Hunter sail that has the same design. It's also like on one of the tattoos and stuff. But I would figure that we probably can change the design of this, which is pretty cool. I'm assuming it'll probably just be the color and then maybe like the design that's on the front, because it doesn't seem like there's too much else going on with it. I'm very interested to see what else they do with the Captain's Log, since we really don't have much information on it yet. Over here we got the new fox pet, and this looks pretty cool. I'm curious if this is going to be a whole new pet on its own, or if this is going to be like a variant of like the dog or something. I have a feeling this is a whole new pet on its own, which would be really exciting since we haven't had a new pet in like a few years, I think. I don't remember the last time we got a new pet, not including the crab and rat pet emotes that we got a few months ago. Moving up, we have the music box here, and if you remember, we talked about in the recent mystery update that music boxes have been popping up all over the Sea of Thieves. So I have a feeling this is tied to that, but one other thing that I would love to see with music boxes is perhaps maybe these become trinkets that you could have on your ship. Say you play a certain amount of music on one of your instruments for a certain amount of time. Maybe you play 500 shanties or something. I don't know. You could maybe get a music box on your ship, and then that could just, you could have that play music whenever you want, rather than you have to hold your instrument out while you sail. That could be really cool, especially if you're someone that is a solo slooper and stuff. You could just have music on in the background if you wanted to. I think that'd be really cool. Right behind that, you can see we have the captain's chair. We already knew this was probably going to be customizable, so not much to say there, but this is one customization that I don't think we saw in the trailer before. Up here, there's not much to say about this bird. We already have it in the game. It's a little odd that they put him in here, but there's not much to say. This is something that we already have. So we have the chandelier in here. Now, obviously, this and the captain's chair stuff we don't have on the sloop or the brig. So this is just customization that's just going to be for the galleon. That's pretty sad to see. So it's a little bit of my fears that I was talking about in last week's video about captaincy. But hopefully there's a good amount of stuff for us still, for us that are on the smaller ships. Moving on, right behind here, you can see there's this portrait of Merrick with some daggers and stuff in it. I have a feeling this is going to be a trinket that we could get from something in the future. Whether it's just something that you buy or maybe you unlock it somehow. We'll have to see. But I have a feeling they wouldn't just put that in for nothing. I think anything that you'd see in this is probably a trinket of some kind. So really that's the only thing I saw that's like wall mounted or sit it on like a table or something. Really nothing else looks like trinkets in here. I also kind of missed earlier right here. We have the rug. This looks like a customized one. And I believe the rug is on the other ships as well. I can't remember that for sure. I think there is a rug on the sloop, but I might be wrong on that. But that'd be cool to have that customizable on all of the ships. Now the last thing we have is right up here in the middle. There's like these paintbrushes and stuff right up here. I don't know if this is referencing anything. I do remember on one of the podcasts that the developers did, I don't even think it was that long ago, it was a few months ago I think, they talked about how they had this idea of having like a canvas where you could like paint out a picture and it'd be kind of like other games where they have like a in-game camera that you could use like as a photo mode. This one would be where you like it would be like a painting of it and you could hang it on your ship. They actually talked about that way before we even knew about Season 7 and having like trinkets and stuff. So I'd be interested to see if maybe later on in the season they add something like that where you could like make a painting and then you could hang it on your ship. That would be really cool. But don't hold your hopes up. We haven't seen anything about that in the teases for Season 7. So that's just something I'm guessing from seeing these little things in the loading screen. One other customization piece that we see is also the curtain back here. You can't really see too much of it, but that's obviously another thing that you can customize. But that's really everything that I see that stands out to me in this. If you saw anything that I missed, definitely let me know in the comments below, and what in here gets you most excited for Season 7? I'd love to hear what y'all think about this, and until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Bye y'all!